Welcome to the Flourish Racing Money Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording, and it is 11:44 a.m., and that is Central Time. And today is November 27th, and it's also Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who is celebrating. And I must say that I am very grateful and thankful for the support of subscribers, and it's something that I am particularly thankful for. But I thought that I would record today, nevertheless, because the US might be closed, but the rest of the world is open. And I thought that the action that we saw today in Australia was kind of interesting, because the ASX 200 is bouncing from the region of its 200-day moving average. And that's quite different from what we've seen in lots of other markets where the 50-day moving average has been representative of a very high momentum market and market environment we've seen for the last, I guess, 18 months. And that's really about AI. Well, we can also then look at the decade chart, and it's quite volatile. And there have been several occasions when it has pulled back into the region of the 1,000-day moving average. So what we can definitely conclude then is that it's not quite the same in terms of the momentum that we have in Australia compared to what we have everywhere else. But something that I thought was interesting today is that the uh, monetary authorities, or I guess the regulators, are cracking down on some of the more speculative lending into the property sector because they're worried about property prices that are now touching new highs. Well, it's not all that long ago that they were talking about trying to make credit more available to people because housing was beyond the reach of your ordinary person, and that was becoming socially problematic. So that's been quite a turnaround. And something that I think is also rather noteworthy is that the Australian dollar is still steadying from around the 65-cent level. And it's been locked in a range for the last 6 months. So then the next question is, in which direction is it going to break? If it breaks on the upside, then usually that would be in tandem with a big bump in commodity prices, since Australia's main exports remain commodities. But of course, it's now a much more highly diversified economy with a lot of technology, a lot of healthcare. And then that does beg the question, are we going to see a is the